Hello, I'm sorry to be late today. Oh my goodness, it is just, let's see. Okay, let's see. Okay, here we are. Oh, hello everyone. Hello. Oh, sorry to be late. It is a little crazy Mondays. I am very excited. I am so happy to be back with you. I'm happy to have a voice, which is still not perfect. Thank you. I am well. I am, like I said, delighted to be back. I am happy to have a voice. You did not want me to be here last week. As you can hear, I'm still dealing with a little bit of this. So a couple of different things. AT&T is putting in fiber optic cable or whatever that they're doing in my neighborhood, and we've been waiting for them. And then they started digging up the whole, neighborhood in front of all the houses. And between that and the rain, and the fact that we still don't have grass in our front yard because we've been waiting for AT&T, is just caused me like ridiculousness. So last week I had the most, yay, voice of vacation. I had the most sore throat and post-nasal drip, and you can hear I'm still not, and just non-stop coughing to the point where I was talking like this last week, and there was just no way to do a thing. But I was so sad to not be with you because I had just gotten my new deck of cards, and I'm so excited to share this new deck of cards with you. I mean, I have been waiting for this. I was waiting for this deck to go on sale. I was waiting for it to arrive. I was very excited. So this is Denise Lynn's Soul Coaching Oracle deck, and they are gorgeous and they are amazing, and I am so excited to share them with you. So I'm excited about having my voice. I am excited about this new deck of cards, but the thing that I am most excited about, and you all will get this email if you are on my email list. If you are not on my email list, I am going to post it here, but really, here's the thing. In October, for 3 Wednesdays in October, we will be doing Mike Dooley's Infinite Possibilities class. And I am so thrilled and honored and excited to be a trainer with Mike Dooley for the Infinite Possibilities. This is the art of changing your life. And you can see my book is like, I have already beaten the snot out of it. So you're going to get, if you're on my email list, you're going to get an email about this class. I am so excited. It is 3 Wednesdays, 7 to 9 Eastern Time. They will be recorded. The classes will be recorded. It's $99. That is it. So easy. And it's an Eventbrite link. You're going to be able to see it and get this because you are going to want to have this. Now, I do actually recommend the online book, to be honest, rather than the paper book. The paper book was part of the training thing. I do recommend the online book because then you can just type in your online book, the PDF book, while you are taking the class. And it is going to be an opportunity for us to build community. It is an opportunity for us to demolish once and for all limiting beliefs that we have, that you have, that I have. We all have our own things, our limiting beliefs about what goes on in the world, about what goes on in our lives, and how we are actually, and you've heard me say this a million times, especially with unspooling your DNA, how we are so much more powerful than we are led to believe, or how society would like us to believe. And what I love about this class with Mike Dooley, and I love all the things that Mike does, but plus he's based in here in Orlando, not far from me, which is really a joy. But what I love about what he teaches is it is so in alignment with the unspooling your DNA. And since Mike is teaching the same things that I'm teaching, and he's got a bigger platform and some materials that I really support, it was just a no-brainer for me to become certified to train his materials. And such an honor to be included in that group, because there's really not that many people. And so this is the time that we're going to be, and I've been wanting to get this up and quick for a while, but I really, really want to have it for people for before the holidays. Because we all know that the holidays can be a really challenging time when we are confronted with limiting beliefs, when we are confronted with the limiting beliefs that others have about us, specifically when we are visiting with family or friends. We can often be confronted, sometimes smacked right in the face with, thank you, Chris, darling. Chris on Facebook has posted the Unspooling Your DNA class. That class is $30 and it is easily available and it is so worth it. I just absolutely am so in love with that class and that information. But this is a little bit deeper dive. It really is a deeper dive to go into, once you understand about unspooling your DNA and how your energy and your emotions are connected to your ability to manifest with the universe. Now we really start to take on, and my DNA class is really is for those people who already have kind of dealt with the limiting beliefs, okay? The Unspooling Your DNA class is like, all right, I understand that I'm all powerful. How do I actually put this into practice? Because the Unspooling Your DNA class is really designed to help you figure out what it is you want and how to go about getting it, to create an action plan and a manifestation plan for you to understand what it is you want, because sometimes we don't know how to put it into words. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you. I actually feel really good. I'm going to take a brief drop here in a second. It's just my congestion, allergies. But thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All blessings are always received gratefully. When you have the understanding that you have the ability to create and to manifest and to dial it up to the universe, the Unspooling Your DNA class blends the science and the emotion with the energy so that you can understand how those dots connect. I went to an event last night. It was a really lovely event for women, and there was a lovely speaker. She was really just poised and beautiful and had great presence, and I didn't understand. I mean, I got the gist of what she was talking about, but there wasn't... the dots did not flow. She did not connect the dots. And it was really complicated, and a lot of us walked away from that going, well, she was really great, and she told some weird stories, but I don't really understand what it was she was trying, like what was the point she was trying to convey, because it was so convoluted of going here and there and here and there and there, and then you go, right? And we're all like, head scratching, like not really sure. Thank you for putting the Unspooling Your DNA stuff on Instagram as well. Thank you. And remember, all the videos here are always put onto the YouTube channel after. So if you don't catch me live, you can always catch the replay on YouTube, because I know sometimes Facebook is deleting videos and things like that faster than they were in the past. So okay. So Unspooling Your DNA is connecting your, you understand your energy, your emotions, the science of how you unspool your DNA to create dial it up to the universe, but now you got to figure out what it is you want and how to get there, okay? That's the Unspooling Your DNA class, helping you get clarity about what it is you want, how to dial it into the universe, and how to create an action plan for you to go from A to goal, okay? The infinite possibilities is as if it were the precursor, because this is the place where we break down those limiting beliefs. And what I found so amazing about this workshop is, and it's just 3 classes, okay? It's 3 Wednesdays. But what I found so amazing about this workshop is we have limiting beliefs around things that we don't even know that we have limiting beliefs around. When you start to dive into this and you say, well, what are your thoughts and your beliefs about money? And people go, oh, well, I guess I think that money is really only for some and kind of hard to get and kind of hard to keep, and there's never enough. And sometimes we don't recognize that we have limiting beliefs because we've had them for so long and they're so deeply ingrained in us that we don't realize that we have those things that are holding us back under the surface because we forgot. They've been there so long, they're part of us. When we go look at ourselves, they blend into the background. If you've ever seen those people who do body painting and they paint them into the walls, amazing, amazing art. But it's as if those limiting beliefs have been painted into the background. We can't even see them anymore. And so what I absolutely loved about this course is it's quick, it's easy, and it is a smack to the head of what are your limiting beliefs and how we can quickly and easily reprogram them to be completely limitless beliefs. And so this is the class that is going to launch on October 8th? October 8th? Yes, Wednesday, October 8th. And it's going to go for 3 Wednesdays. It is $99, and I cannot wait. So we will be posting it here and here. And if you are on my email list, you're going to get an email for it as well. And I limited, now here's the catch. I limited it, okay? I only put a certain number of seats in the class because this is a community, it is a conversation, and there is going to be the request, not a demand, for participation, for dialogue, for conversation. Why do we feel like that? Does anybody else have that limiting belief? Because when we can understand we are not alone, it really shifts something in us. We constantly have this idea in our heads behind our screen that no one else must feel like that. I must be the only person in the world who feels like that. And that is not true. And when we attend these Zoom classes, it will be a Zoom class, when we attend these Zoom classes and the presenter is talking and you can't see anybody else and you can't message and you can't talk to anybody else, we still remain a community of one, a community of one. And this is the opportunity for us to create a community to say, you know what? I never thought about it that way. Or, hey, you know what? I have that feeling too. I believe that too. So you're not alone. So I kept the class small. There is only, I think, 25 seats because I really wanted to keep it small. There is an ability for a wait list if we need more space, but to expand it. But I really did not want this to be 100 people. I want to keep it small so people can get to know each other a little bit and we can have a community conversation. Okay, so this is what's coming your way in the Infinite Possibilities. This is the art of changing your life, because I want to tell you, it is so possible. I have been, when I look at where my life was even just a year ago, it just blows my mind. Sharon is falling asleep. Up from 3 to 6. Oh my goodness. Mwah. So go to sleep. I will absolutely pull a card for you. Shana Tova. Happy early New Year, my friend. And I absolutely will pull a card for you. Okay. When we have this, where was I going? Okay, a year ago. Okay, so Sharon, who is going for a nap, well deserved, says, hi, says, Shana Tova, Happy New Year. So on Thursday, I'm going to New Jersey. I will be working in New Jersey for the weekend, and I come back, and Monday, we will not have time together because Monday is the night of Rosh Hashanah. And it's Tuesday and then into Wednesday. Which is the Jewish New Year. Between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, there is a company called 10Q, like the letter Q. And every year, they send out 10 questions for the 10 days between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. And it's the same 10 questions every single year. It's the same 10 questions. And I am absolutely astounded when I look at answering the same questions from last year, because you can see your answers from last year to this year. I mean, I already know what the questions are going to be. I already know, I've already been thinking about it. I'm like, how my life has changed so much. And so much of this has been because of putting together the Unspooling Your DNA class and doing the Infinite Possibilities certification and putting these things into practice in new ways. It's just been amazing. And I can't wait to share this with all of you. So if you haven't already, be ready for the Infinite Possibilities workshop, 3 classes, okay? Very quick. And then you'll be able to get the Unspooling Your DNA class, which you can already get. You can already do it. That is like all of 45 minutes. And also you can get the workbook for that as well. That one, you can do an ebook. You can do the paper workbook as well. And it is just, these 2 things are going to help shift so much for so many. So I'm really excited about that. Okay, so that was the things that I wanted to make sure that we shared. So if you're not on my email list, make sure that I have your email. Okay? Breathe, drop, struggle, stop coughing. If you're not on my email list, make sure I have your email address. DM me, and send me your email address. Okay. Now, it is still eclipse season. We are past the full moon. We are moving towards we're in the last quarter of the moon, and we are moving towards the new moon, okay? And new moon is going to come on Monday, which is why we have Rosh Hashanah, because that is the new moon, right? That is the start of that new cycle, okay? So it is still eclipse season. So if there's stuff that's going on and things like feel like a little, I don't know, like communications and why are these things happening? I can't talk to you while I have that, but I need to kind of get the, okay. So we're going to have this new moon. It's still in Virgo, okay? We're still going to be in Virgo. And it's understanding that everything that's happening with this next eclipse. So we had the full moon eclipse. Now we're going to have this new moon eclipse. This is about trust. Okay, this new moon that we're coming into this next Monday, okay, so not today, we've got one more week, is going to be about trusting the universe, trusting God, Spirit, Source, trusting that the things that are happening, the steps that we are taking, the things that are unfolding are happening for a reason, are happening for our highest good. I know it does not always feel like that. I know it does not feel like that. But it's as if this were the faith walk. Right now, where we are is a faith walk. Okay, it is a faith walk with Spirit. It is a faith walk with each other. It is a faith walk with humanity. It is a faith walk with the evolution of humanity, I should say, and it is a faith walk with Spirit to know that what is coming and what is happening is part of the bigger plan of humans evolving. Okay, when you've heard me talk about this a bunch of times, where we are evolving, humans are evolving through the chakra system. And so where we are right now, we have come through all the chakras, and where we are right now, we are not stuck, but we have been in the throat chakra for a while, and we are still in the throat chakra, okay? So we're going to still be here for a while, okay? We are not done in the throat chakra, because people who had no voice for a long, long time have found their voice, and they are screaming from the rooftops. And people who have always had the voice and who still have the voice are also screaming from the rooftops. And this is going to be this feeling of, do you remember when we were kids that we would play that Red Rover game, right? Red Rover, send so-and-so right over. And we play this Red Rover game, and they'd say, okay, and they'd always try and pick the weakest one, right? The little one, because if you Red Rover and you run over, you got to pick where you want to run, because the idea was that you had to run through the hands, people holding their hands. You had to run through it, and if you ran through it, you got to go back and take somebody with you. But if you didn't run through it, you had to stay. They kept you, okay? And so right now, it's like this big game of Red Rover. Red Rover, Red Rover. So we want to choose wisely who we're asking to come and be on our team, and we want to catch them. We want to hold strong in what we believe and what we stand for and where we are and what's going on, so that we can catch them. And we can catch the people who are waking up. We can catch the people who are coming into their own voice and saying, wait a minute, this isn't a lie. You've taught me this all my life, and I see this happening in the world, and I'm having my own experience, and these things are blending, and this is not matching, and my things are not lining up, and I want to see a different thought, and I'm going to Red Rover. And we want to catch those people. Now, we want to catch those people gently. We're not ever saying to people, yeah, dummy, where have you been? We've been saying that for years. No. We say, hey, that's great that you're waking up. That's great that you're seeing another thought. That's great that you're making new choices. Come be with us. We are always trying to catch people gently. Because waking up, if you have had a spiritual awakening or a dark night of the soul, you know that those things can be difficult. Really, really hard. And so this is this opportunity for us to gently invite Red Rover, come over, and invite other people to join us, okay? So we're going to pick some cards. This is going to be the Denise Lynn's soul coaching cards this week. It says, what your soul wants you to know. All right, so we're going to start with, what does our soul want us to know? Now, this is the collective, right? So what does our collective soul want us to know? Now, I'm going to ask you, if you're still here, when we get to the end, please do remind me to pull a card for Sharon, because I want her to be able to watch it on the replay. So interesting. Now, these cards do not have numbers, okay? They do not have a numerical value. But so interesting that the first card we pick is joy. The first card we pick is joy. Now, she's dancing under the moon and the stars, and she's looking, and she's got abandon, and she's just enjoying the life. but she's dancing at night, which means she's seeking the light. But if you look in the pictures, the light is all behind her. The light is behind her, okay? And you can tell this by the way that she's illuminated in the picture, that the light is coming from the side, it's coming from behind, which means she has faith in where she's going and that she is choosing joy. She is walking with light, supporting her, lifting her as she is choosing joy to go forward, okay? So this card reminds us that, again, as always, not alone. Take joy, find joy, seek joy, in the things, even in the things that are complicated, we seek joy. Because when we seek joy, you know what happens? We find it. When we seek the yuck, guess what? We're going to find that too. So the next card is, oh, I'm so sorry. These cards do have numbers. These cards do have numbers. They're very small. This card is 30. The joy card is 30. Okay, they do have numbers. My apologies. And so you know me about 3, right? 30, 3 and 0. It says 3 and 0 is 3, and 3 is there's more to the story, right? When I look at 3, it's like the opening of butterfly wings. When you're only seeing it from the side, there's more there. There's more that's coming. There's more that's going to that open to us. Now the second card is, what else do we need to know about our current situation as a collective? And that's the strength card. That's the strength card. And this is card 46. And 4 and 6 is 10. Okay, and so we know that we're coming to the end of a chapter, but that coming to the end of a chapter also means we're coming to the beginning of the next one, okay? But listen, she's not stressed out. She's literally riding a dragon. This is a ferocious dragon, but nobody is upset. Nobody is stressed out. She's flying high over the city. She's got the beautiful sky. This is not storm clouds. She is flying high, and she knows her power, and she knows the power of what's with her. It's not just her. This is a team effort that's going on right here. And she says, listen, I know that I'm being supported by this amazing beast, this amazing creature who's got me, and we're going to fly. We're going together. Now, do you see any reins or a bridle or anything? No, because they're flying by trust. They're flying by trust and complete faith in each other, okay, and complete faith in what's going on. Now, we know that it's not going to be the smooth sailing for sure, because there are clouds in the sky, but these are not dark, ominous clouds, okay? These are just blue clouds, okay? If you want to get really, really technical, there's a little bit of a dark cloud back over here, okay? But that's behind her, okay? So always we're looking at where things are. These things are behind us, okay? Which means we're coming through storms, because this is a 10 card, 46. We're coming through storms, coming to the other side. Now, are we there yet? No. Now, this is what more do we need to know? How is this going to turn out? What's the result going to be? And this is purification. Okay, purification, this card is 41, which is 5. 4 and 1 is 5. Now, 4 is that we are supported, right? 4 legs of the chair, 4 legs of the table. And 1 is spirit, soul, God, source, love, however you want to call it, right? So 4 and 1 comes together to make 5. This is okay. We are fully being supported, but we are not done yet. Okay, we are coming to the end of one chapter. We are in the middle of another struggle. We are in the middle of another journey that we are not done yet. But in this process, we are going to be washed and made clean. We're going to be able to start again, okay? And sometimes, like the phoenix, sometimes we have to burn things down in order to start again. Louise Hay would always say you have to be willing to see the dirt before you can clean it, right? So we have to be willing to see things burn and let go of things, and not feel like we have to hold on to the status quo of everything. Be able to set things free and see what will grow in the aftermath. My cousin is a writer, and she said this beautiful quote of, I look forward to seeing what will grow from the embers of the things that are being burnt to the ground in this. And it's the gist of the quote, it's not accurate. But that quote has really given me a lot of hope. And this is the purification that says, hey, we're not alone. Okay, we are not by ourselves, but look how much light is up in here into the forest, how much light, and how the rose petals, which are very often in the heart shapes, okay, they're often portrayed in the heart shapes, are swirling around her as she's looking towards the water, the cleansing, towards the light. She is looking. She is not afraid. She's not looking behind her. She says, I'm walking into this new me. I'm walking into this new life. I'm walking into this new cleansing, these new opportunities, okay? So in all the things, when we let go of them, things that are in the past, we open ourselves to the new opportunities of things to come for the future. Okay, so now, in the interest of saving my voice, we're going to move into the individual cards. So if you are ready to have an individual card for, oh, wait. I forgot. Hang on. I wanted to pick our archangels, to see which archangels, and I wanted to do our Malachim cards because we didn't get to do that last week with me not being here. So hang on. Don't ask me yet. I see you. All right, which archangel is with us this week that wants to be known? And that is going to be Charity, pillars of service. Serve with a gracious heart and know that God is serving you, okay? So they're not always archangels in this particular deck. This is Kyle Gray's archangels deck, okay? But there is ideas of archangels as well. And so this is Charity. So this comes back into compassion and kindness. Remember, charity can be as simple as a smile. Charity can be as simple as a hug. It could be as simple as sending a little email or text that says, hey, I see you. I hope you're okay. I'm just thinking about you. I want you to know I'm thinking about you. That kind of thing. Okay, charity does not have to be financial. There are so many ways to give of ourselves. Okay? All right, and in our Malachim cards, which are our Israeli angel cards, that is English, Hebrew, and Arabic, are cards. These are cards that are overarching thoughts and ideas to kind of tie everything together. And I like this very much because this is gratitude and sincerity that comes through here. Gratitude and sincerity. Okay? Gratitude and sincerity, which goes very, very well with charity, and it goes very, very well with joy, strength, and purification. Let me grab those other cards. Come here. All right. So we had joy, strength, and purification, and then we had charity, and now we have gratitude and sincerity. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff here that talks to us about staying right with ourselves, staying in our inner strength, knowing that things are changing, knowing that we can find joy in things, and that it's up to us to choose that. Okay, and knowing that we can move forward into something new, even when things burn to the ground. There's new things that are going to come up. I had bought a little while back. I had bought a flamethrower. Yes, I have a flamethrower. It's one of these things that it throws, it throws that far, okay? But we use it for the weeds in the garden so that I don't have to go bend down and pick out all the weeds and stuff like that. And we have, thank you. And we have, it's amazing because I will burn the weeds and they will be gone, and then something else will grow. So it never fails. Something else will grow. There was always something else that will grow. And one of the things that's interesting is I know that the dead weeds that I'm burning are now creating the fertilizer for the next thing to grow. And I get that. There's definitely a circle of life thing that's happening there. But sometimes we got to burn it to be able to bring in something new. Okay? So this is really a time as we're coming into this new moon, which will be next Monday. And we will not be together next Monday because of the Jewish holy days. This is really a time for us to say, what is it that I am holding on to that I really don't need anymore? What is it the universe is trying to say, let go of this, that we can say, I don't need this. I don't need this. Whether it's a relationship, whether it's stuff, whether it's limiting beliefs, right? Those limiting beliefs, okay? What is it that I'm holding on to that I just don't need to hold on to anymore? And so as we come in this last quarter of the moon, as we're moving back down the cycle to that new moon again, what is it? And this moon, this time with this eclipse that's coming, is asking you to trust. Trust the universe. Trust that there is some plan that is bringing things together, okay? Even though it doesn't always look like it, and we may not like it, there is some kind of a plan, okay? All right, so now, cards for you. Cards for you. I'm going to start on Instagram because I saw Bianca had asked when I had first said. So we're going to start over there. And so what is it Bianca needs to know for her highest and best good today? And this is opening. Okay, opening to new opportunities. This is 3 and 5. So remember, 3 has, hi sweetheart. So remember, 3 is about more to the story than what's being revealed right at this moment. Okay, and so then we have the 5, which is you are still on the path. You are on the right path. Okay, but this card really is so much about trust. This is so much about trusting and allowing things to continue to unfold, allowing things to continue to develop and to be revealed to you. Okay, so this is a really beautiful card. Okay, really great card. All right, and I know my friend Crancelina, and I know that that's not the name, but that's how it comes up. And so here we have my card for you. Oh, I like this. This is Essence. Essence is 19, card 19. So 1 is new journeys, 9 is coming to the end of journeys. So we have definitely things that are changing. There's a changing of the guard that's going on here. There is really this idea that you are moving into new space, new chapters, but there's also this idea that you are coming into new responsibilities. That is, I thank you, sweetheart. You're going to have to remind me every week. It's not that I don't know who you are. I just, when I get in a moment, I can't pull those things from my brain, so I'm so sorry. So, when you are, that this is a changing of the guard for you, Michelle, that this is this opportunity for you to see things from a new perspective and to move into a new position, okay, as if new responsibilities and a new place for you. And so this is telling you that your one door is closing, but the next door is opening for you, okay? And so that as things are developing, not to be, don't fear it, just allow it, because this is really, what they're telling you with Essence is the place of who you are and how you see yourself and who you be, like inside of you, that is not ever going to change. Even though you're going to take on new responsibilities and have new positions, this is, and it does feel like it feels something family-oriented. It doesn't feel job-oriented. But this is telling you that it's a reminder not to forget who you are, but it's telling you that you will always be the awesome, wonderful spark of divine light that you are. Okay, so regardless of what is changing on the outside, you will still be not exactly, but you will still be the essence of who you are, the divine spark of light and love that you are. Okay, so we don't need to worry that we're going to lose ourselves. Okay, so the card is saying you're not going to lose yourself. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. That card's a little deeper, so I hope that makes sense. All right, so let me come back over here. Missy Poplio! This is my new friend, Missy Pompilio. All right, let's come over here. Okay. And Chris, thank you for posting on both places today. I really appreciate it. You are very welcome, my friends. All right, so we've got Chris Judd first in line for card. And everybody wants to send a little good juju over to Miss Chris Judd because she's having a rough day. All right, so commitment. Card number 10. Commitment. And look at this. This is fire and brimstone behind you. And look how empowered she is. She doesn't even have a fluffy dress on. She is just in her, she's not naked, but she's definitely in her, power girl stance. And so this is really reminding you of the strength that you have. And this is number 10. This card is 10. So like end of a journey for you, end of a chapter. But this is reminding you what the hell, let me say this the right way. This is reminding you what the hell kind of a badass you are. Okay? Because what the hell kind of badass are you? The big mountaintop, snow gathering, storm clouds gathering, MF badass that you are. So I love that this card comes up for you today, okay? Because I know that some days we need that reminder that we are just a goddamn badass. And so today, this card, I'm going to put it way up here so you can see it. She is a badass, and she is reminding you that so are you, okay? So are you. I love that there is just Mount Everest behind her, and she's not looking up at Mount Everest. She is almost looking across from it. Okay, she is not quite eye to eye with the peak, but she is damn close. Damn close. Okay, so I love that card for you. God, I love that card. And this is like the fiery sky of sunset. So the chapter is ending. Okay, the time is coming for a new day. Okay, this is really important. Love that. All right, for my friend Steve. All right, let's see. For my friend Steve. Radiance. Radiance. This is card 42. So interesting in that one. So we have 4, right, which is, the source of strength and Missy. Thank you very much, sweetheart. You are so sweet. I really appreciate it. So Steve, we know the 4 is the support, right? We just talked about that. 2 is our soulmates, our pair bond, the other part of ourself, right? And then this is radiance. This is really, and this is a phoenix bird. But this is really celebrating. This is celebrating the joy, celebrating the fire, celebrating the life, right? The phoenix has risen from the ashes. There is only beautiful, radiant things that are going on here. And this is a time to celebrate and bask. So this card is really so much about the basking, okay? Love that for you. Love that for you. All right, Belinda. And then we have Catherine. So Belinda, this card is surrender. 48. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. So more to be revealed on this, Belinda, but this is about surrender. But listen, this isn't surrender in like the world is burning, okay? This is surrender in like, look at the beauty. Allow the beauty to come into you. Allow yourself to notice. Allow yourself to pick up your head from all the things that we get into, like, I got to look at all the things and do and get in my, that we sometimes forget to look up and see the beauty that's around us. So, Belinda, this card is talking about pressing pause and saying, hey, listen, I'm going to just take a minute and I'm going to just allow, okay? Allowing. It's not giving up. We're not quitting, okay? But this is allowing. This is taking our foot off the gas, not pumping the brakes, but we're just letting the car coast, and we're taking the time to really appreciate and absorb the beautiful things that are around us, okay? So this is 48, which adds up, 4 and 8 is 12, which adds up 1, 2, and 3. So we have 3, that more is to be revealed, but we're going to miss it. If we can't pick our head up from work, we will miss it. Okay, so this is like, hey, take a breath, take a pause, allow the car to just coast. So I was in the river yesterday with the manatees. It was delightful, and it was really a rare day. There was only one manatee. He came in, he went out, and then, while my shift, there may have been more, I don't know, but in my shift, I haven't had a shift that was so gentle like that in the longest. And with the wind, it was a little bit windy, and I just, then there's a big current there, so I paddle up to where I am, and I would just float back and just allow and look at the birds and the fish and look at the manatees and talk to nice people and just allow yourself to float. And it was so meditational and rejuvenating and earthing and grounding and all those things. And Melinda, that is everything that is about this card. Okay? All right, Catherine, and then we have Melissa. All right. Break through. Catherine, break through. Break on through to the other side. Look, this Pegasus, he also has got the fiery sunset is all behind him. He says, okay, I have rocked that challenge. I have kicked that butt, and I am ready to move on to the next place. Okay? And this is celebrating that we have moved past. Okay? So, Catherine, this is celebrating moving on to the next challenge, moving on. But what's important with this is that this is a victory lap, okay? So this is a breakthrough, but look at this gorgeous horse with these beautiful wings that is saying, I am not on fire. I am taking the strength and the fire and the glow, and I'm celebrating what's going on behind me, and I am moving, and I'm taking all the power of the universe and all the power of the fire and the sunset, and I am infusing that in me, and I am moving forward. I am strengthened. I am on fire. I am ready to go. Let's do it, okay? And that is what's going on with this card, okay? That's what's going on with this card. All right, and this is 9. This is you are ready to be done with this chapter, and we were moving on, okay? Love that. All right, let me just check the comments here. Steve says, love it. And I got a purple heart. And you are so welcome, Belinda. Catherine, absolutely. And Chris says, holy fuck balls, did I need that today? Thank you. You are welcome. I just shuffle them. They come up as they do. You all know that. All right, little eavesdroppers, how I call them. All right, so that was, where was I? That was Belinda, that was Catherine. Melissa. All right, Melissa, this is light. Oh, aren't these cards gorgeous? I mean, you can see why I just fell in love with them. They are so gorgeous. This is 32, which is 5. This is, we're in the middle of the road. We're not there yet, but we're on a breather. Okay, this is light. Look at her. She's on the swing. She's looking at the beautiful sunburst, right? We've got little stars. So this feels like maybe the sun breaking through the clouds early in the morning and really just enjoying the journey. So, Melissa, this is also about taking that pause, okay? So that seems, every time we start to do the cards, we start to see an overarching theme, right, for the week. And so this theme really feels like the week, it's about pause. Taking a breath, allowing things to unfold, which goes along with our new moon, which is going to be about that trust, right? And so this is really talking about, she's, watching the sunrise as it's coming through, and it's shining on her, and she says, yes, I feel warm and radiant in all of this that's going on. I am basking in the glow of the joy and gratitude. So this is reminding us to stay in that place of joy and gratitude and to turn our face to the light. to turn our face to the light. She's not looking away, she's not looking down, she's not reading a book. She's turned her face to the light to absorb that light, that love, the wisdom, all of that. And this is card 32. It says, okay, we're in the middle of this chapter. We're just going to stay here for a minute, and we're going to just glow. We're going to bask, okay? So that's where we are with this, Melissa. All right, my new friend, Missy Pompilio. I love that. All right. Thank you for sharing me with friends. Please do, please do, please do. All right, a card for my new friend, Missy. This is Awakening. Card number 5. A lot of 5 numbers today. This is Awakening. But here again, we have this arms up, face the light, turn to the sky, receiving as the light is coming down. As the light is coming down, it's saying, yeah, I'm ready for this awakening. I'm ready for this new chapter. I'm ready for this next step. But this is also a 5 number. And it says, see, 5, very little in the corner, 5. Okay, and so this is really saying, you also take a breath, bask, allow, okay? And so this says where we had before, for Melissa, this is, you're on the upside of this chapter, and we're going to take a pause on the up because we have this sunrise. Here we have this sunset, this nighttime. We say, okay, we've come over the hill, we've come over to over the hardest parts, and before we go sliding down to the other side, we're going to take a minute to bask and be grateful and to appreciate what we've learned, appreciate how far we've come, and to be able to say, yes, I want to blend with the universe. I want to be more open to spirit and intuition and say, I'm ready to awaken, and I'm going to stay here for a second and pause and receive the blessings and the wisdom and the guidance that the universe wants to share with me. Okay, so that is the card for Missy Ann Cantardi Pompilio, my new friend. So, all right. So, we have, awesome. All right, so we're going to do one more card for the collective before we wrap it all up. And this is, seriously, so this is, yay, we'll come back well, not next Monday, but come back on most Mondays. All right, so this is gratitude. The last card, what is the last thing we all need to know and remember for this next week is the gratitude card. This is 26. 2 and 6 is 8. 8 is the infinity symbol. This is gratitude is always available to us. It is always there for us. That support, that love from the universe, the things for us to just tap into and plug into is that gratitude anytime we just have the opportunity. Thank you, thank you. We just have to take the opportunity to say, hey, let me stop, let me reframe, let me choose gratitude. I know I can find something, even a shitty situation, I can find something to be grateful for. I am breathing, I am alive, I am here, I have friends, something, okay? So there's always a space for us to have gratitude. So this is the reminder for us, okay? All right, Sharon's card, thank you, Chris, for, nope, you did not, thank you, and you did not miss it. Thank you for reminding me. This is Sharon's card, this is success for Sharon Goldstein, who went to sleep. This is 47, so 7, 8, and 10, 11. 11 is 2, so this is paired support from the universe. It says success. This says, listen, you've got all the tools, you've got all the power, you've got everything you need to know, to have, to do, to be successful. Okay, and again, so much light, clear blue skies shining down, is saying, listen, everything is in alignment to go forward for your path right now. So that's a great card. Thank you so much for the reminder, Chris. And then remember that our last card for the collective is the gratitude card. So there we are. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am so excited to share these new Denise Lynn soul coaching cards with you. We also were using today Kyle Gray's, I just poured them all onto the floor, Kyle Gray's Archangel Oracle cards that I love as well. Okay, and then we also had the addition today of our Malachim cards as well. Okay, so be watching your email, be watching this space, both on Instagram and Facebook. If you are not cleared of your limiting beliefs and understanding your true power as a manifestor in the universe, then please do join me for the Infinite Possibilities Workshop. We're going to be using Mike Dooley's Infinite Possibilities as the framework. This is a discussion-based class. It is limited in class size. Please do not miss it. It's already on Eventbrite, but I'm going to send the link out. and then to be able to join us. And this is going to go right perfectly into the Unspooling Your DNA class, which is already available for you. Chris has posted the links in the comments. It's available on my website as well, which is a perfect add-on, because once you understand where your limiting beliefs are and you can clear those and turn those into power statements and manifesting beliefs, manifesting magnets, now you have the power of the universe. We tune in our emotions to our alignment to unspool that DNA, and now we say, what is it I want? Let's get clear about it, which is where Unspooling Your DNA comes in, and let's create an action plan to go forward for you literally to create the life that you want, because the possibilities are endless. I don't care what's going on in the world with politics and whatever. None of that comes in when we start to co-create with the universe. And that's the thing I really want you to understand. None of that comes in when we are co-creating with the universe. There is the reality, the minutia, the things that are on the ground that are here of Earth, and then there is co-creating with the universe, which is a whole other kettle of fish. So please come along for the ride. This is going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited about this. And those of you who know me, you know what I'm kind of a goofball when we teach, and it is always a lot of fun. You know we're going to have a great time. So come and join me 3 Wednesdays starting October 8th, and I will see you there. Have a fantastic week. We will not be together next week because of Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year. It will be the new moon. It will be the eclipse. It will be about trusting the universe, trusting the process, and letting go of those things we no longer need, which is going to be perfect time for us to be doing the Infinite Possibilities coursework, to be able to let go of those limiting beliefs. You are loved. You are loved by me, by the universe. You are loved so much more than you know. And I will see you in 2 weeks. Mwah.